Hey, everybody. Welcome and good evening. It is, what's the date today? It is Saturday, March 27th, 2021. And it is time for our iteration of Star Trek Radio Theater here on Live Long and Podcast. This is a show where we reenact Star Trek scripts. We read them and we do some creative voices in some cases, reinterpretations. This week, we're doing Star Trek Voyager's Bride of Chaotica, which is from season 5, 12th episode from that season. This aired in 1999. In terms of Star Trek years, it's 2375. This is our 10th episode for this second season of Star Trek Radio Theater and our 35th overall. This is a great story by Bryan Fuller, teleplay by Bryan Fuller and Michael Taylor, with script editing by Kevin, Ashley, Millard, and myself. And we are just super jazzed and ready to bring this to you tonight. Thank you so much. And we hope you enjoy the show. We're going to come off camera and you'll be able to hear us as we start it.
We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship. We are back in the land of black and white Saturday afternoon serials at the cinema. A woman is strapped to a metal table. A man in a sparkly robe and silly hat goes over to her. The Adventures of Captain Proton, Chapter 18, Bride of Chaotica. The evil Dr. Chaotica kidnaps Constant Goodheart and plans to sacrifice her to Arachnia, queen of the spider people. Proton travels millions of miles to Planet X, where he will invade the Fortress of Doom. Chaotica fires his fiendish death ray. Certain death for Proton as his rocket ship bursts into flames.
We didn't burst into flames in the last chapter. Why are these recaps always so inaccurate?
Well, they brought people back to the theaters.
Cliffhangers.
The lost art of hyperbole. You ready?
Aye, Captain.
Let's get this show on the road. Computer, begin chapter 18.
We're receiving a transmission. It's Chaotica.
Imagizing.
Dr. Chaotica and a bound Constance appear on Proton's screen.
Captain Proton, surrender!
Not a chance. Release Miss Goodheart, and we'll be on our way.
I'm afraid your secretary has already been promised to Queen Arachnia as a supreme sacrifice.
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, ho, ho, but I shall. You escaped my death ray once, but you won't survive this.
Chaotica ends the transmission.
He's charging the weapon.
Brace for impact.
Direct hit. We lost both engines.
Steering jets are on the fritz.
Harry rushes over to look in a periscope and sees a range of mountains dead ahead.
We're going down.
The landing gear is jammed. Hang on.
They get shaken around a bit.
Opening hatch.
Welcome to Planet X.
What's land?
This is the part where we defeat Chaotica's soldiers, steal their uniforms, and make our way through the underground caverns.
Hey, I thought you said there were slave girls in this chapter.
After we infiltrate the Fortress of Doom, we'll free Chaotica's harem. Let's go.
I'm right behind you.
We focus on the holodeck, Planet X. Harry and Paris have left the ship and are traveling across a barren, rocky planet.
Planet X looks kind of familiar. What was the last place we went to?
Mines of Mercury.
They're identical.
Sets were expensive. At least there's no erupting volcano this time. Ah, behold, the Fortress of Doom!
They stand before a futuristic-looking castle sitting on a mountain.
And how are we supposed to get up there?
I told you, Harry. The
Underground cavern.
Caverns.
Right.
The ground shakes.
I thought you said there was no interrupting volcano.
I did.
Tom?
A bright red light with purple rays is shining into the black and white holoprogram.
Definitely not Chaotica.
Paris and Kim, as Captain Proton and Buster Kincaid respectively, stand before a colored subspace distortion.
Computer, end program.
Unable to comply. Holodeck controls are offline.
Paris to bridge. Bridge. Respond.
We need to find the manual overrides.
There's an access port in the rocket ship. Come on.
We focus on the bridge. Janeway has just entered.
Report.
We've dropped on the warp, where they did stop.
Cause?
Unknown. Engines are operational.
I'm reading gravimetric forces around the ship. They're disrupting our power flow.
Control systems are going offline. I no longer have access to communications, deflector, weapons.
Scan for vessels, tractor beams, anything that might help explain what's holding us here.
We focus on the holodeck, Planet X. A stocky man in a weird metal hat shouts at Paris and Kim. He has two stooges with him.
What in the name of Chaotica? Proton!
Buddy of yours?
Surprised? You thought I perished in the den of crocodile!
We don't have time for this.
I've survived, clinging to the thought that I would one day...
Paris pulls out a ray gun and shoots him. Lonzak staggers backwards to collapse, while Kim and Paris shoot the two stooges. We focus on the bridge.
I believe I have an explanation. Sensors show that we entered a layer of subspace. It's disrupting our warp field.
Do we have impulse?
Yes?
Engines at full.
No change in our position.
Route all available power to the engines.
We're not moving.
The impulse reactor's running hot. We're heading for an overload.
Give it all she's got. Full thrusters.
No effect. Reactors are critical.
Abort. Increase power to the structural integrity field. We may be here a while.
We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship. Paris is fiddling with an open panel. Harry is looking through the periscope again.
It's no use. I can't disengage the program.
Well, you better think of something fast, Proton. A second distortion just appeared. Whatever they are. They're getting bigger.
Hold on. I've got access to the transporter. I'm going to try a site-to-site.
There's a third one.
Paris beams himself and Kim into the corridor just outside the holodeck. We focus on the astrometrics lab. There is an image of the region of space they're in on the screen. Seven and Torres are updating Janeway and Paris. I've run a transspectral analysis. The area between space and subspace is unstable throughout this region.
Basically, we've run aground on a subspace sandbar. I've tried realigning the warp field, reversing hull polarity.
Maybe we should just get out and push.
The gravimetric forces are disrupting our control systems.
As long as we're trapped here, we won't have access to the computer core, tactical, holodecks, and all but 6 replicators.
What about those distortions on the holodeck? What's the connection?
They appear to be random energy fluctuations. I don't believe they pose a threat.
Let's keep an eye on them anyway. and evacuate that deck just to be safe. A few years back, when I was a science officer on the Al-Batani, we tried to navigate a dense Proton nebula. It stopped us dead in our tracks. For 3 days, we attempted to force our way out until we realized we were trying too hard.
Captain?
Every time we engaged the engines, we were increasing the resistance of the nebula's particle field. We may be facing a similar situation.
Our own warp field may be increasing the gravimetric forces. If we power down the core and use minimal thrusters, we may be able to break free.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Your plan could work.
Now that we have your blessing.
Let's give it a try.
We focus on the holodeck, Planet X. 2 energy beams come down from the distortions and solidify into men in dapper suits. They scan the Fortress of Doom. Lonzak and the 2 Stooges appear behind them.
What in the name of Chaotica?
We intend no harm.
Seize them! Order Joffrey! We are bringing prisoners!
We focus on the holodeck, the Fortress of Doom's throne room. Lonzak comes in and bows.
Yes, Lonzak. What do you want?
Your Majesty!
Where's Proton?
Escape!
Fool! You will pay for your incompetence! Seize him!
A big metal tube of a robot, complete with flailing arms, comes out from behind Chaotica.
Surrender! But Majesty! I have brought prisoners!
More Earthlings?
No! They claim they're from another dimension!
The 5th dimension! Bring them to me!
Lonzak claps his hands and the 2 aliens are brought in.
Identify yourself.
You insult me! I am Chaotica, ruler of the cosmos!
Kneel before your Majesty!
The aliens are confused.
I said kneel!
The aliens are pushed to their knees.
You have invaded my planet! Why?
To contact other photonic life forms, to learn from them.
Are you alone? Or are you the vanguard of an invading army?
We are explorers.
I am growing weary of this charade. Your armies will be no match for my space force. We'll crush you like insects.
We are hostile.
This contact should be terminated.
Indeed! Lonzak, execute them!
Lonzak obliterates one of the aliens. The other has beamed himself away. Constance screams, of course.
Coward! He'll learn there's no escape from Chaotica. Gather my space force. Power the death ray.
At once, your Majesty!
Chaotica gives Satan's robot an order.
Take Miss Goodheart to Arachnia. Invite the Queen to join me in battle. Together, we will rain destruction on the 5th dimension.
Okay.
Constance screams as the robot approaches her. We focus on Voyager, marooned in space.
Captain's log, supplemental. We've been spinning our wheels for 3 days now, and still no progress in breaking free of the subspace layer.
We focus on the mess hall. A crew member looks less than impressed with the tray of food Neelix has handed him.
Look on the bright side, there's only 3 meals a day.
Janeway enters like she's on a mission.
Coffee, black.
Sorry, Captain, we lost 2 more replicators this morning.
Listen to me carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee, black.
Yes, ma'am.
Neelix heads over to one of the working replicators.
Coffee, black. Well, I've got your attention. There are...
Coffee first.
Janeway takes a large gulp of coffee and instantly relaxes.
Now, what's the problem?
It's a delicate matter.
I don't have time to play 20 questions. Neelix?
Replicators aren't the only systems of convenience offline. We've only got 4 functioning lavatories for a ship of 150 people.
I see.
Needless to say, lines are beginning to form. If we don't get unstuck soon, we may have a serious problem on our hands, especially with the Bolians. All but 3 sonic showers are offline too, in another couple of days.
I get the idea.
Captain, to the bridge.
On my way. I'm going to leave these problems in your capable hands.
Yes, ma'am. I was thinking if we drew up a schedule...
Whatever it takes.
Good talk.
Janeway takes one last sip of coffee and leaves the mess hall. We focus on the bridge.
Status?
The warp core has been powered down. The thrusters are at standby.
Okay. Let's give it a try. Take us out, Tom. Nice and slow.
We're moving 2 meters per second. 3 meters.
Steady.
9 meters. 10.
Increase power to the thrusters by 50%.
We're approaching the subspace boundary.
25 meters per second. Wait a minute. We're slowing down. 19 meters per second. 18!
Captain, I'm reading power surges.
Source?
Unknown, but they look like weapon signatures.
I'm not reading any other ships in the area.
We've stopped!
I've localized the weapon fire. It's emanating from within the ship. Deck 6, holodeck 2.
Who's still on that deck?
No one. No life signs.
There's a program running. It's Captain Proton.
Proton?
Could you shut it down?
Negative. Control system still malfunctioning.
Tuvok, get down there and find out what's happening.
Janeway looks to Paris.
Well, join him.
Yes, ma'am.
We focus on the holodeck, Planet X. The planet and part of the Fortress of Doom are a smoking mess. There are dead bodies all over the ground.
It appears a battle took place.
Believe me, it wasn't like this when I left. I must have missed a few chapters.
Holodeck programs don't normally run by themselves.
No kidding!
They find Constance lying on the ground. Paris checks her pulse.
She's dead!
Who is she?
Constant Goodheart, my secretary. This doesn't make sense. She isn't supposed to die. She's one of the good guys.
I'm sure you two were very close, but she is a holodeck character.
A character from 1930s Hollywood. The good guys never get killed. Something's wrong here.
Invaders from the 5th dimension.
Satan's robot!
Naturally.
Queen Arachnia's on our way. Invaders from the 5th dimension. Destroy Proton.
Satan's robot has black scorch marks across his body and a few dents. It's acting very strangely.
Slayer, give me a hand. If we can repair his vocalizer, he might be able to tell us what's been going on. It looks like he burned out a resistor.
What?
That's a few centuries before duotronic circuitry.
I see. How do you propose we repair him?
Well, first of all, I've got to remove this damaged tube. No problem. Just a few cross wires in here.
Your knowledge of this technology is most impressive.
Oh, thanks. Okay, got it.
Paris finishes his repairs and Satan's robot mostly springs to life. Something in its vocalizer appears to be stuck.
Intruders, intruders, intruders.
Paris gives the robot a good whack like it's an old TV, and that seems to do the trick.
Intruder alert.
Intruder alert!
Tell us what happened!
Invaders from the fifth dimension! Invaders from the fifth dimension!
The robot is flailing about, spinning in circles.
Hey, calm down!
How did these invaders get here?
A portal!
A fifth dimension? There's not supposed to be any alien invaders in this story. That's in Captain Proton versus the Cosmic Creature.
Invaders from the fifth dimension!
Those subspace distortions. Take us to this portal.
It does so.
There.
Balls of light and energy come shooting out from the distortions.
Photonic charges, the same signatures as the weapons fire we detected.
The fifth dimension.
We must report this to the captain.
Wait, I want to check my rocket ship first.
Excuse me?
It's got sensors. Sort of. Maybe they can tell us something Voyager's sensors can't.
We focus on the astrometrics lab. Seven and Harry are watching what's going on in the holodeck on the view screen. I've established a visual link with the holodeck. The attack appears to be originating from subspace.
Can you tell where it's coming from?
No. Lightning flashes hit the distortions. What was that?
Chaotica's death ray.
Excuse me?
Let's see if we can get a look inside his fortress. Find out what he's up to.
Full power to the death ray! Arachnia! Queen of the spider people! You have not responded to my summons! Don't!
Seven mutes the sound.
I don't get it. Chaotica was supposed to be fighting Earth in this chapter.
Apparently, you found a new enemy.
The fifth dimension.
It seems your infantile scenario now poses a security risk.
It was just supposed to be a little harmless entertainment.
Entertainment. Another frivolous human endeavor.
Whatever.
We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship. Paris is reading a ticker tape machine.
These are your sensor readings?
Telegram. It's a message to Captain Proton from the President of Earth. Intercepted communications between Dr. Chaotica and Arachnia. Stop! Chaotica at war with aliens from fifth dimension. Stop! Must strike now to disable Death Ray. Stop!
Please summarize the message.
Well, it looks like Chaotica has captured a couple of aliens from the fifth dimension.
An alternate universe?
Could be. Maybe they wandered into the holodeck through one of those distortions.
To participate in a game?
The hatch opens.
I assume there's no locking mechanism on the hatch.
It was a simpler time.
An alien enters.
Is he part of the program?
I don't recognize him.
Invaders!
Paris smacks the robot again.
Quiet!
Invaders!
Look, there's been a misunderstanding. I'm Ensign Paris from the starship Voyager. This is Lieutenant Commander Tuvok.
You have killed 53 of my people.
We haven't killed anyone.
Ensign, everything you see here is a simulation. None of it is real.
Simulation.
A photonically based projection.
All life is photonic.
We are not. We are biochemical life forms.
I'm not familiar with biochemical.
We are carbon-based. We live aboard a starship. I believe we have become trapped in a region of space that intersects your own.
We've detected no starship, only this planet.
This planet isn't real. As I told you, it's part of a simulation.
Maybe we can help you adjust your sensors.
The alien scans them with his device.
You don't register as a life form. You are the illusion.
We're as real as you are. Listen!
Citizen of the fifth dimension, you will be destroyed now!
The The alien shoots Satan's robot, who flails around and disarms him. The alien flees.
Wait! Wait!
Damage! Requirement goods.
Tom Paris is very disappointed in Satan's robot.
Help!
We focus on the briefing room.
Let me get this straight. Transdimensional aliens have mistaken your Captain Proton simulation for reality?
Yes, ma'am.
And now an armed conflict has broken out between these aliens and Chaotica's holographic army.
Yes, ma'am. His army of evil.
And will someone please explain why we haven't simply shut down the holodeck?
We've tried. The controls are still offline.
We're going to have to get through to these aliens somehow and explain that they're fighting shadows.
We've tried, but they don't believe us. They think that we're not real. They can't detect Voyager, so every time they scan us, we seem as artificial to them as holographic characters do to us.
That explains why they haven't answered our hails.
The doctor is photonic. He may be able to persuade them.
It's worth a try. Brief him.
In the meantime, I think we should let the program play out.
You're not suggesting we wait until this Chaotica defeats the aliens?
Oh, no. I'm suggesting that we help the aliens defeat Chaotica. They think that he's leading some kind of hostile invasion force. Once that threat is gone, it's a good bet that they will leave and close up their portals.
And how do you propose we defeat Chaotica?
Well, he's been attacking the aliens with his death ray.
It's a shame we don't have one.
Forget about what it's called, Tuvok. In the world of Captain Proton, it's the most powerful weapon that there is. And because it's photonic, it's lethal to these aliens. Now, in Chapter 18, Captain Proton disables this weapon just before Chaotica can use it to destroy Earth.
And you think that Proton, namely you, of course, could still do that?
Well, we'd have to knock out the lightning shield first.
A force field.
Yeah, now you're catching on. The Destructo beam on my rocket ship could disable that death ray, but only if someone gets inside the Fortress of Doom and can shut down the lightning shield.
And who's supposed to do that?
Arachnia, queen of the spider people.
Charming.
Chaotica thinks so. In the story, he's in love with her. He's been trying to form an alliance since Chapter 3. She's the only one that he trusts. The only one that can get close enough to disable the lightning shield. Somebody is going to have to take on her character.
Who'd you have in mind?
Paris looks right at Janeway with an expectant look on his face.
Oh no.
It's the role of a lifetime.
Captain, need I remind you that we have exhausted all other possibilities of escaping this layer of subspace?
Until we eliminate those distortions, we're trapped!
Think of it as Starfleet's first encounter with Planet X.
Thanks.
Captain, it won't be so bad. I can explain to you what you can expect. I can tell you...
All right. I'm a size 4.
We focus on the doctor's office. B'Elanna Torres enters.
What's the emergency?
I've been enlisted. I'm supposed to make contact with our photonic friends in the 5th dimension and convince them to call off their attack.
Congratulations. Why do you need me?
It's an undercover mission. I need a little bit of a cosmetic surgery. Know what I'm saying?
He hands her the tricorder. They move into the medical lab.
These are the parameters for my new costume.
What are you going as, the Emperor of the Universe?
She starts to adjust the mobile emitter.
Well, I've been forced to scale back my role in the interest of credibility. I'll be the president of Earth. I must say, the idea of an entire universe populated by photonic beings is rather appealing.
Well, if your mission fails, you could be taking up permanent residence.
Kim, one of the 50 most beautiful people in the Federation, to sickbay. Report to Holodeck 2, Doctor.
You're all set. The new parameters will activate as soon as you enter the holodeck.
Oh, thank you!
Break a leg.
We focus on the corridor.
So all I have to do is find the controls to this death ray and deactivate it.
It's not as simple as it sounds. Now, Chaotica might be a 1930s villain, but he's very clever. It'd help if you knew some of the rules.
I'm listening.
All right. Well, first of all, he's a megalomaniac, so it's a good idea to appeal to his ego.
Right.
And use like grandiose language. He likes to be called sire, and it helps to say things like, the cleverest fiendish of your evil plan is brilliant. Stuff like that.
We focus on the turbo lift.
Deck 4.
Now remember, it's a ray gun, not a phaser. An imagizer, not a view screen. Earthlings, not Terrans.
Got it.
And another thing, these villains always have a trick up their sleeve. Trapdoors, secret weapons.
It's the holodeck. I can't be hurt by weapons.
That doesn't mean you can't be restrained or thrown into a dungeon of pain.
Noted.
Now, as soon as you get the death ray shut down, call me in on my rocket ship and give me the signal to fire.
We focus on the corridor.
You'll have to use Chaotica's broadcast microphone.
This is how you've been spending your free time.
Well, I've been studying how past generations viewed the future.
And?
Well, it didn't work out quite as black and white as they imagined. Now, specifications for Arachnia's costume. One more thing. If you have trouble with Chaotica, or you can't get to the death ray, you can always uncork the pheromones.
I beg your pardon?
Chapter 16, Spell of the Spider. Arachnia sends Chaotica a vial of her irresistible potion. Now, whenever he gets a whiff, he's under her spell.
I get the picture.
Well, yeah, my point is that these pheromones seem to throw Chaotica for a loop. Well, it works in Chapter 16 anyway. Now, the vial is sitting on a small pedestal next to the throne.
I'll keep an eye out.
Okay.
Thanks for the briefing.
I'll see you at the Fortress of Doom. And remember, you're the queen.
We focus on the holodeck. The Fortress of Doom.
Sire! 3 more of our spaceships have been destroyed!
Hog! Full power to the death ray!
Chaotica walks over to a table and picks up his broadcast microphone.
Citizens of the 5th dimension, your feeble attacks are nothing but pinpricks to me. Surrender now, and I will be merciful.
We're receiving our transmission!
They are surrendering.
No, it is Queen Arachnia! She wishes to cross the drawbridge!
What are you waiting for? Show her in!
I present Her Royal Highness, Arachnia!
Janeway enters in a long, slim-fitting gown. She looks very evil.
At last, my queen!
He kisses her hand.
Mwah. This is a historic occasion. Kindred souls meet at last.
It's an honor to be in your presence, Majesty. I've always admired your clever fiendishness.
Your taste is only exceeded by your beauty.
This must be your death ray.
Janeway heads over to the metal table we saw Constance on earlier.
That, my dear, is the cradle of persuasion. It's fully equipped. Brain probe, pain modulator.
Impressive. It's good you have the lightning shield to protect your equipment.
Yes. As long as it's electrified, I am invincible. But my greatest achievement is there. Behold, the death ray.
Oh, it looks like a formidable weapon.
The most powerful in the cosmos. There is so much more I want to show you. My throne, for example. The seat of my empire.
I see you've kept my pheromones. I didn't realize you were the sentimental type.
Janeway picks up the little vial.
Your perfume inspires me.
She tucks it into her sleeve while Chaotica isn't looking.
Would you mind?
Oh, please.
Janeway sits on the throne.
Somehow I feel comfortable here.
Join me, and you will have your own chair. One adorned with the most precious jewels and the softest silk.
Your Majesty seems overly concerned with romantic matters, and there's a battle to be won. That is why you asked me here.
Of course, my dear. Forgive me. It's just that the air itself seems to vibrate in your presence.
We can't be slaves to our passion. Not when your empire is threatened. I have assembled my fleet of spider ships. However, the lightning shield prevents them from approaching your fortress.
We'll send them directly into battle, alongside my space force.
My soldiers wish to pay homage to you.
Gratifying. Of course. If I lower the shield, my fortress will be defenseless. Even an ally might choose such a moment to seize my throne.
You don't trust me.
There is a way you could convince me of your loyalty.
Oh?
I'll lower my lightning shield. But first, you must become my queen. Gather my courtiers. Prepare for the ceremony.
And don't forget to deactivate the lightning shield, so my subjects may witness the blessed event.
Very well. Do as she says, once her guests have arrived.
Yes, sire.
And so, my dear, the day you have always dreamed of has arrived. The day you become Bride of Chaotica.
We focus on the holodeck, Planet X. The Doctor is dressed in a snazzy suit, just like the aliens. His breast pocket bears the insignia, President of Earth. He has picked up one of the alien's devices. He presses it, and the alien appears.
Welcome.
The alien scans him.
You are photonic.
Guilty as charged.
You signaled me across the threshold. How?
The Doctor holds up the device that Satan's robot has knocked out of his hand earlier.
I believe you dropped your calling card.
The Doctor gives it to him.
I returned it to you as a sign of good faith, you know. Now you can do me a favor.
Identify yourself.
I am the President of Earth.
Earth.
You know, a planet far away, best planet ever. I've gone on a mission of peace.
Elaborate.
Your people and the people of Earth, the best people, have a common enemy.
Chaotica.
The one and only.
He threatens to invade our realm, destroy our people.
Well, join the club. Chaotica has designs on Earth too, but we've withstood countless attacks, incredible attacks, all thanks to one man, Captain Proton.
Captain Proton.
Defender of the universe, the scourge of intergalactic evil, and a competent medic to boot if I don't say so myself. Even as we speak, he's preparing to destroy Chaotica's death ray, but he needs your help.
Explain.
Your weapons pose a threat to Proton's rocket ship. You must cease firing while he mounts his attacks. Once Chaotica's death ray is destroyed, you can return to your realm confident that you'll never hear from him again.
Captain Proton may proceed.
On behalf of the citizens of Earth, the best planet, the best citizens, I thank you.
We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship. Paris, Kim, and the robot are checking over the ship.
Space drive, punch it.
Check.
Check.
Destructo beam, punch it.
Check.
Check.
If I could access holodeck controls, the first thing I'd do is delete this guy.
Delete this guy.
As a matter of fact, as soon as this is all over, I think I'm going to delete this whole program.
What about your historical study?
Class dismissed. No more robots, no more bad scientists, no more death rays. I'm retiring my rocket pack. Harry, someone else could save the universe from now on.
The final chapter, huh?
The end.
The Doctor enters.
Isn't anyone going to sing Hail to the Chief?
President, how'd it go?
My performance was unimpeachable. Unimpeachable.
He agreed.
Let's just say I'm considering a little tit for tat when we get back to Earth.
All right, then. Let's get this thing in the air and hope Captain Janeway is giving a command performance.
We focus on the holodeck. Fortress of Doom.
Queen Arachnia!
Lonzak presents Janeway with a gaudy ring on a pillow. She picks it up to inspect it.
Don't tell me. My wedding ring.
Dr. Chaotica's wedding ring. You will present it to him at the end of the ceremony.
Janeway drops the ring back on the pillow.
Your Majesty, perhaps we should lower the lightning shield in anticipation of my guests.
Why this preoccupation with the shield?
Oh, forgive me. It's just that, as a fellow ruler of the cosmos, I often have to do things myself.
Ah, because of the incompetence of your inferiors, no doubt.
Something like that.
Oh, Arachnia, my love, my life. How well you understand our plight. If it weren't beneath my dignity, I would weep. How I've longed for someone who would understand.
We have a saying on Arachnia. It's lonely at the top.
No longer, my dear.
Majesty! Proton is preparing to attack!
Target his rocket ship!
Janeway knocks out the minion at the controls and takes his ray gun.
You have betrayed me! You are in league with Proton! You impetuous harlot!
Tell me how to deactivate the lightning shield, or I'll show you just how impetuous I can be.
What are you waiting for, you great lummox? Kill her!
Lonzak shoots Janeway with his ray gun, but it has no effect.
Ha! You're no match for Arachnia. Now, tell me how to shut down the shield.
The confinement rings!
Lonzak presses a button on his belt, and Janeway is trapped inside a cylindrical force field.
Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't kill my bride. Not until after our wedding night. Reactivate the death ray. Destroy Proton.
We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship.
We've been hit.
Well, I guess the captain ran into some trouble.
We're not going down without a fight, Harry. Doc, activate the Destructo beam.
The what? What?
The big button in the middle of that panel, you imbecile.
Destructo beam!
The other panel!
The other panel! Yeah.
The Destructo beam has been activated.
We just dropped out of range. We're losing altitude.
We focus on the bridge.
Report!
The alien weapons fire is increasing. It's causing the distortions to grow larger. We're being pulled deeper into subspace.
We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship.
Invaders! Invaders!
The doctor looks into the periscope.
We have radical leftists incoming.
We focus on the holodeck, Fortress of Doom. Janeway is out of the force field and chained to the wall with her hands behind her.
Proton's ship is damaged but still airborne!
Not for long. Fire at will!
Janeway pulls the vial of pheromones out of her sleeve and unstoppers it.
Lonzak!
Lonzak takes over Chaotica's place at the death ray.
Man the lightning shield!
The pheromones end up in Lonzak's nose instead of Chaotica. He goes over to her, entranced.
Arachnia!
Lonzak! Quickly, Lonzak! No time for dawdling!
Your beauty is maddening. Entangle me in your web.
Let me out of here, and I'll do that and more.
At once, my queen!
Chaotica turns around and sees what's going on.
Back at your station!
Janeway knocks out Lonzak and takes his weapon.
Idiot!
She shoots everyone in the room but Chaotica.
Deactivate the shield, now!
Such passion, such strength! Together we could conquer the universe, end this madness, and you may yet live to be my bride.
The shield!
Chaotica obeys.
I don't know how to tell you this.
She shoots him.
But the wedding's off.
Janeway picks up the broadcast microphone.
Arachnia to Proton! Arachnia to Proton! Do you read me?
Behind her, we see Chaotica, who is trying to pull himself up on the death ray. We focus on the holodeck, Proton's ship.
Arachnia to Proton!
I'm reading you.
The lightning shield is down!
Acknowledged. Harry! Target the death ray. Doc, fire the destructo beam on my mark. Ready? Now!
The energy from the destructo beam travels down the death ray and into Chaotica, who jerks around briefly before collapsing. We focus on the bridge.
The distortions are closing.
We're realigning with normal space.
Full impulse.
We focus on the holodeck, Fortress of Doom.
Reach to Janeway.
Go ahead.
The aliens have retreated and they have closed distortions. We are cleared the subspace layer.
Secure all systems and organize damage repair teams.
Understood. We're preparing to shut down the holodeck.
Chakotay, give me a minute.
Janeway kneels down beside Chaotica. Satan's robot enters, followed by Paris, Kim, and the Doctor.
I was about to say, Captain Proton to the rescue. But I see you have everything under control.
I'm the queen, remember?
Arachnia! Death as you know it has no hold on me. My defeat is but a temporary setback. I shall return to seek my revenge.
He doesn't give up, does he?
They never do.
Our love was not meant to be, my queen. But be warned, you have not seen the last of Chaotica.
The end of a twisted madman.
And you're going to miss him.
A little.
A little view screen starts up and our heroes head over to have a look. We see the words, "The End" appear, when suddenly... The words fade out with the laughter, and instead, a question mark appears. Will this be the last we see of Captain Proton and the evil Dr. Chaotica? Tune in next time to find out.
Wow, 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 wow. Yes, and that concludes our viewing of our reading of Starship Voyager's Bride of Chaotica. Woo! Okay, let's come on and
punch it.
Punch it.
Punch it, everybody. And the Razzie goes to Dylan.
Wow. Okay, that was quite the performance. A really fun show. I had a lot of fun. First, I'm just going to acknowledge my family members in this room. I have Jane Mater here as Kathryn Janeway and Queen Arachnia. Mm-hmm. Excellent job.
Really great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
We have over my shoulder here. Which way should I go? There you go. Okay, I go this way. This is my brother Jeff Mater, and he was playing Tom Paris and Captain Proton. Had most of the dialogue tonight. Great job, Jeff. You were firing on all cylinders.
Hi, my name is F.
Yes. I was Dr. Chaotica. I fully acknowledge my accent was kind of varying throughout the show, but I think it was settling in by the end.
Good job.
Good job.
Okay, bringing in next, I want to. Okay, what's going on? Mott's texting my screen.
Me, what?
Hey, Mott.
I just made it on time.
Just made it on time. It was you're okay, but you had a bit of a rough night before the show. We're glad you made it, and we're glad we won. And you were Lonzak tonight, and you were
That's right.
You are my Lonzak, you imbecile.
Your Chaotica would crack me up because it was out of nowhere. It would.
Yeah. Where was Chaotica from? I don't know if I need to know, but it was
some sort of Pennsylvania Dutch. Nobody knows what kind.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Also bringing in next Kevin and Ashley Millard. Kevin Millard in the role of Lieutenant Commander Tuvok, and as well as one of the Photonic Aliens, the one that died.
Yes.
He went out a champ. But Tuvok and Ashley Millard as 7 of 9, Constance Goodhart with the epic screams.
Good screams.
And you are two kinds of narrator, holodeck narrator, and our traditional narrator, which is extremely important for us telling the story, and the computer. Before I
all
forget
the
too.
Roles.
All the roles. You were the Swiss Army knife of roles tonight.
It was nothing compared to her role as Sabrina last week.
Sabrina?
I don't remember
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Yes.
You know it.
Not Sabrina.
Serena. Yes.
Serena.
I thought Jeff was talking about like your swingers club or something.
Also bringing in next is Michael Chan, who was in the role of Ensign Harry Kim, as well Buster Kincaid, and Jessica Chan as you were Belana Torres, you were Neelix, you were Alien number 1. Was that those 3, right?
Yeah.
And Neelix cracked me up.
The alien.
The alien was cracking me up.
Oh yeah, Galaxy Quest. So good.
Galaxy Quest Alien. Oh my God,
Quest
so
Alien.
funny, so funny. And Michael, I loved your Buster Kincaid, Harry Kim. I thought you and Jeff were really great energy tonight as a team.
It was almost like kind of right straight from the show. Actually, you guys were really good.
Yeah, you guys were like right on as in those roles, and Jessica, all your 3 roles were great. I really loved all of them.
Thank you.
Yeah, your Neelix was good. I wasn't expecting your Neelix, and I'm like, oh, coffee black.
The Neelix.
The Neelix was amazing.
Bringing in our special guest star, Dylan Gonzalez, who was in the
more like stupid guest star.
Unimpeachable. Unimpeachable.
Okay, so
No, he did say special.
yeah, I mean, look,
peach
I actually have I wrote a bunch of additional dialogue for like the whole president scene because I was like, I had to go like full Trump on it as soon as I read the unimpeachable line. So I would love to actually read the dialogue if we could do the scene again.
Yeah, sure. Like, because we'll have an edited version as well afterwards. Because there's already.
I would love to get it in here with the actual good stuff.
Yeah, you can just like we do that sometimes where we redub the lines after the fact. Yeah, but no, you were great, man. I really loved your scenes, Robot. I was not expecting the
death metal voice.
But it made total sense. I was just like,
as soon as I saw Satan's robot, I was like, I got to do the death metal vocals.
Yeah, it made total sense. Especially when we're talking about vocalizers and all these other things. And then your doctor, I loved your sick bay doctor because he wasn't quite Trump. He was just more New York. I thought
I was trying to actually go for like obnoxious, like piece of shit New Jersey mafia guy.
Tony Soprano.
I thought he was like a cab driver in New York City. That's what I thought he was.
Oh no! If it was Tony Soprano, it would have been a lot more vulgar. How you doing, Toots?
You like the baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
How you doing, Toots? Come here.
Give me my stogie. Oh my God! This was a great show. I had a lot of fun. I always have fun.
Episode.
I always have fun. There's varying degrees of of Captain Proton enthusiasm, but I am definitely a big fan. And this is almost like paying homage to an art form that's almost from 100 years ago. So it's kind of like a history lesson, and it's kind of like this looking back, and especially just coming off like shows like WandaVision and sort of gathering like the greatest. What are you doing, my Kirk there?
I don't know.
Yes,
Kirk's coming for you with a metal pipe.
Jeff's in studio.
All right, so like this was like the first episode of Voyager I've ever seen. And I thought it was good. I liked it. I thought the photonic aliens were really cool. I was like, damn, that's really cool that there's like life forms on like the light spectrum level of reality, whatever that is. I don't know.
Yeah,
somebody was smoking really good weed that day. But that was cool.
This is Bryan Fuller who wrote this story, and he's like a longtime Star Trek writer. He was part of. He's still involved in Discovery, or he was at least in the first season. But yeah, it's a great science fiction story.
Yeah.
Yes, I liked it. I liked that it was like a. Oh, okay, I know. Oh, he's the pushing daisies guy. Okay,
yes.
I believe Jessica was a photonic alien.
Yes, I believe. She committed.
That was just your straight voice doing that? Like, no, oh man. I'm like,
I am thankful that the show doesn't have cameras, because the face I have to make to get that voice to work, I'm just like smiling like, you are my last hope.
I was struggling not to just laugh out loud. Struggling because I'm next to her.
It was your Neelix. What was your Neelix exactly?
I if you guys ever watch The Incredibles, she's like the babysitter. That was my inspiration from The Incredibles.
Oh, okay.
This is Kari.
Yeah, I thought it was like a little, like a teenage girl,
really weird.
like a teenage girl with a lisp.
Yes.
That was basically what it was.
You're like, coffee. Give me my coffee.
I'm like, I can't be mean to this person with my coffee. I feel bad.
That was so great.
Yeah. Did anyone else have like? I had so many favorite moments. I'm gonna go back and like re-listen to it and put like together like an edited version and maybe put some sound under it and things like that. But it was really even fun just playing with the sounds for this episode. Even going.
Well, it's not fair. Like Jeff, like he's sitting behind you, but like he doesn't get any screen time here afterwards or whatever. But like Jeff's Tom Paris, I mean, like. He rocked it, dude. Come on.
He did. Good job.
He did rock it. I thought I was like Jeff's bringing like Jeff.
I watched the episode twice, so
yeah, no, you were getting the inflections down. Yeah,
you're like that guy in the Millennium Falcon in Return of the Jedi when they're attacking the Death Star and they have like 10 people on the ship for some fucking reason, and you're like, hey, I know that guy back there. I know we're never gonna see him really aside from like he's doing it. But you're like, he just did something important. That was Jeff.
Yeah.
You know, that's like Tom Paris in this episode too. Like, you know, he really doesn't shine.
Also,
but he's there.
The next time I come on this, if you want me to come back, I will not be fucking drunk.
All right. Well, you know,
drinking. What do you mean?
You can be whatever.
That's where the magic comes from.
You may not want to promise that.
You did a great job.
You did a great
job. You did really good.
Oh no, I did not do a great job. I missed every one of my cues.
Not everyone. Like
you hit 60%, and that's good for a rookie.
I jumped in and won.
Everybody steps over narration.
Give me another chance. Give me another chance.
Yeah, I don't think we briefed you on how the sound effects worked.
And you know what? It just made it funnier. So really,
you were the interrupting volcano.
You were the interrupting volcano.
The interrupting volcano.
Interrupting by being like, "Oh fuck, what's my line?" or just being like, "Here's the line." It's like you're like 3 lines ahead, dude.
Yeah, no, but yeah, that was the erupting volcano. I mean, interrupting volcano.
Interrupting volcano.
I had to make sure that kept coming back.
That was so funny. I want to say this was so much fun. If you're out there watching, welcome. If this is your first show you're listening to, I want to give a big shout out to Garrett Wong from Star Trek Voyager, who retweeted that we were doing the show because I plugged it to Robert Dunk McNeil and Garrett Wong. a few days ago.
Don't forget, he's one of people's 50 most beautiful people in the world.
Yes,
that's right. That's right. I didn't forget.
50.
How could I?
He's probably in the 40s.
And we hope that any Voyager cast or crew that sees this or comes across this at any point in history knows that we do this out of complete fan appreciation, emotion, and love for the source material, and just to have a great time connecting with a story in a new way, which is what this is all about. The use of some of the score and sound effects is all just in the spirit of bringing it to life. So hope that's all good. With that, they're gonna play that.
If we're not back, it wasn't.
Sorry, Mike. I'm sorry.
Dave Bader clearly admitted that he knew what he was doing was wrong, and asked for forgiveness from the source material.
Yeah, he would have been better just never to say anything. Okay, without that, I think we can sign off for tonight. Just want to plug all our other shows. We'll be back for Star Trek Radio Theater probably next week. We'll be doing Star Trek the original series next. We haven't picked out an episode yet, but there's a few on the list. I really want that space.
How many of these other ones are you going to get like cease and desist letters from?
I'm hoping from all of them. I'm going for I'm trying to collect them all.
There's some room on the walls. We can put the letters up there. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes.
Cease and desist.
I'm gonna create. It's gonna be like the Sons of Anarchy house with like the mug shots. But
Dave, as long as they don't turn into restraining orders, you'll be fine.
Yeah, eventually this wall will be blank.
I just got to ask: will they cross borders?
Yes, we are in Canada. I don't know. I think we're exempt.
Come and get me. Come and get me.
They will. They'll sit in a hotel stewing for 14 days, and then they'll come get it.
Like, I'm all here behind.
Filming up here, right? They have people here.
Oh, right.
Wait a minute. I have a question, Dave. Yeah. With all of that Chaotica getting all fucking revved up when whatever her name is, Arachnia shows up in there. I mean, like that's like how you talk to Jane.
Yeah, it wasn't acting, right? That's just
we're used to the role playing. Did it come through?
Oh wow! Okay,
that was this is a typical Saturday night when the cameras are off. I just put it into the show.
He's like, "Well, Jane, will you get me some coffee?"
Is this like Star Trek?
Welcome to the cradle of persuasion.
Welcome to Radio Theater After Hours.
I'm gonna leave before I get canceled.
This is overtime with Star Trek Radio Theater.
Yes, Star Trek Radio Theater. We talk two steps.
What these?
My radio theater.
Dave,
what are these voices? What the hell? No one's
heard. Whatever comes.
Dave, does your night end with an interrupting volcano?
What is this? Come on, stop!
Okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here before it's swim.
Dave, plug the shows.
I know. Plug the shows. What else we got going on? We got Tuesdays. We watch Deep Space Nine. We're Jeff, right?
Right. For all of us here on Deep Space Nine. Come join our show Tuesday at 9 to 9.
On Wednesdays, we watch an original series episode with our dad, and he goes, "It was like the '60s. It was different." That's what he tells us.
You don't know. We watched it once. That was it.
Yeah.
Not like Star Trek Voyager, where you watch it 10 times.
Yeah, it's not the same, he says. And then we also done like Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Lower Decks, Star Trek Picard. Check all that out. Michael, Kevin, we've all been on various podcasts like that. And we also have another channel called Super Mater Brothers Podcasting, where we cover shows like Big Brother Canada and Westworld and MCU shows and all kinds of stuff that's not Star Trek, really. And then our last we have a channel called Trivial Debates, where we do a monthly show where we argue about movies, TV, sports, and more. Check us out tomorrow. Chris Seymour is hosting an episode, and we got Jameel, Eamon Mater, and Adam Woodward going at it.
That is a
my money's on Jameel. I'd like to place money on Jameel.
That's a good bet.
Chris,
I think
Chris looks like one of the dinosaurs from the
He looks like remember the guy like Stretch Armstrong where you stretch.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No. He looks like one of the Goombas from the Super Mario.
Come on, man! You can't be ripping on the host.
Not nice. Well,
I'm
I
rooting for
don't give a
Jamil.
shit.
Jamil's
I
gonna
just-
win.
I hope everyone brushes up on their Primus knowledge before.
So you say Primus, you probably will get the round.
Primus is the
Armstrong
answer.
thing going on.
Yeah. So check that out tomorrow, 11 Eastern. We're on the Trivial Debates channel. I think that's everything. I better get the hell out of here before it's too late. Thank you to the amazing cast. Everyone,
Listen to Diary of Doom.
take
Bye.
a bow. Great job, everyone, and we'll be back in a week. Thanks. Bye.